Mentor-Apprentice Program, it hasn't really come up north yet. Like there's been a few pilot programs here and there, but we hear of the great success that it has in the south. Will it have success up in the north? And will it make a big difference, make a big impact? Through this language revitalization course in February, we were lucky enough to take part in a territory-wide language symposium. Sabette was also at that symposium, and Sabette knows my grandmother very well, who's passed away. I spent a lot of time with my grandparents growing up, and now that I'm working with Sabette, hearing her converse in the language, it's almost like sometimes I'm just transported back to my childhood and sitting in my grandmother's living room with her. When we met, it was more, I really want to learn my language. Would you be willing to help me? And she said yes. And so when we had to pick a mentor, I right away texted her and asked her, and I'm so blessed because Sabette just has such a wealth of knowledge. She has been a language teacher. Instantly it brought us together. Like our first session together was like we'd known each other for years. At least I felt that way. I don't have a goal in mind of becoming fluent within these 100 hours, although that is a long-term goal of mine, just personally. I want to be able to bring the language into my home. What I've already started doing with my family is when I learn a Dene Sufine word, I will start using that word in the home and the English word gets removed. It's a really nice rule of thumb that helps you to remember to bring language into your home because it's so easy to get lost in everyday life. We'll have an hour-long session and we'll stay in language for 30 minutes of that session. Before is the planning and going over any words we might be using, then after is review and being able to ask questions. When you're in this program as an Indigenous person, you have so many emotions flowing through you. It's hard even to decipher those emotions, let alone the bigger picture of your identity or regaining your culture. My identity is slowly coming back intact, whereas it wasn't complete before. It is the most satisfying thing that I am ever doing in my life. You go through a lot of ups and downs throughout it, but you have to keep going. You have to push through all those hard parts, and you have to celebrate all the good parts in between. It's brought to my life something that I don't even know I fully realized that I needed, but as soon as I started, I was like, oh, that's what's been missing this whole time. And I think that a lot of people could relate with that.